Hello, gentle souls. I had a good idea a couple of weeks ago where I decided that I like to talk a lot, and doing pick a card readings doesn't necessarily always allow me to do that. And the pick a cards are a little difficult for me because I'm reading for multiple people at once, and I'm a better reader in a one-on-one basis, but what I can talk a lot about is how I read tarot. Um, I am an intuitive reader, meaning that I have intuitive abilities like clairvoyance and clairaudience, um, and I use the tarot as a way to trigger some of those abilities that I naturally possess. So it almost is like a fine tune focus kind of thing. So that is how and why I use tarot as a tool. Um, so I'm gonna go in order. It's gonna be 78 videos. So it'll be a little series, like all about tarot sort of series. So we're going to start with the major arcana first. Some people like to refer to it as the Fool's Journey. So we're starting with the Fool here. So like I mentioned just a second ago, I'm an intuitive reader, but I also go along with the generalized shared meanings of the tarot that are kind of agreed upon by everybody who reads tarot. And I do make the distinction about me being an intuitive reader because sometimes symbols in the cards will make me think of something that is not an inherent meaning of what is generally seen or known as a meaning or interpretation in the card. So some people read tarot and are very good tarot readers and are not generally psychic, which I use that term loosely because I think everybody is a little intuitive. It's like a muscle, it just depends on how often you use it, how strong that muscle is. Um, and then there are people like me who are naturally intuitive and they use the tarot as a tool to aid and assist with that gift. So this is the first video of many. And of course, at the start of the Fool's Journey, and also as indicated by the number 0 here, this is the first card in a deck, and I prefer the Rider-Waite. There's lots of other variations of tarot. Most of them are based off of a Rider-Waite. There's also the Thoth Tarot. That's a lot to get into, and I'm not there yet. So for the meantime, the basic Rider-Waite is good for me. So I did give myself a general outline here. Excuse my chicken scratch, but it's to help me stay on task because, as I mentioned, I like to ramble. And this will help me stay on task. So some of the things that people, well, let's hope you can see this and read this. Some of the things that come to mind when people see the Fool card are the obvious symbols. So we have here the little white dog. Also have, oops, we have the little white dog. We have the flower in his hand, the little knapsack that he's carrying. He's walking off the edge of a cliff. Oh my goodness, look out. There's the little sun in the corner, and he's looking upwards towards the sky, and the background is yellow. So as far as the little dog, what that symbolizes is, well, let's back up. So this guy is obviously going places. We don't know where he's going, but he's definitely going somewhere. And if he's not careful, he might walk off the cliff. But that is one of the symbols of the Fool is that he's about to go off into the great unknown, and he really doesn't seem to mind or care. In fact, he seems happy to venture out into the great unknown. That's something that people like to refer to as naivete, which is also symbolized by the flower in his hand that can symbolize innocence. The little dog, who is his companion, is also white, which adds to that innocence. Um, and then even the tunic, or like his undershirt underneath his tunic, is white, which we'll put a pin in that and come back to that at the end. And then also the little sun in the corner reminds me of the way that we all used to draw the sun when we were little kids doing drawings in school. The only thing that's missing here is a little pair of sunglasses. I don't know if your sons had sunglasses when you were drawing them, but mine always did. The knapsack is, to me, it symbolizes that you're only taking with you what you need. It's that sense of, you can't take it all with you, and when you go on a new journey, there are often things that you have to leave behind. A deeper meaning to that could be maybe you're going through a transformation and you have to move on somewhere in like the next step of your journey. You have to leave old habits or old pieces of yourself behind to start this new journey to becoming a newer, better version of yourself. Back to the notes. So going back to the little white dog, this means that he's got a little companion with him. So even though it looks like he's alone, and sometimes you might feel as though you're alone and embarking on this journey, um, there's always going to be someone with you, whether it's someone in your life who's helping you through this transitional period, or it could be spirit or the universe itself, or maybe one of your spirit guides or a guardian angel. And the yellow background not only shows like innocence, but he's happy. He can't wait. He's excited. He can't wait to see what's just around the river bend, or off the edge of this cliff, the precipice of the great unknown. He's excited. Some of the things that come to mind for me when I see this card are leap of faith. That's definitely what he's about to do here, is take a little leap of faith. A little backstory or tidbit about me is that you'll notice that the picture for my tarot page is a little snippet of the Fool, because me making this channel was kind of a leap of faith for me, because who knows if anyone's going to watch any of this, but apparently you're watching, so thank you for that. And other times when you're reading cards, this could literally just mean that someone's being a fool. Someone in the querent's life, or the querent themselves, might be doing something that isn't the brightest idea, but that's okay. We break it to them gently. Some of the other meanings when I see this card, I always talked about the leap of faith, new beginnings, the unknown, naivete, innocence, ultimate trust in the universe. Some of the other cards in the deck that talk about having unwavering trust in the universe, which I think is something that we all struggle with at one time in our lives or another. It's like the Strength card, the Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, and we'll delve into that a little deeper when we get to some of those other cards. But and the Hangman as well. Those are all cards, including this one, that speak of just kind of letting go and trusting the universe. Now, this one especially, because it was so innocent and naive and not really caring about, what could happen or what they could encounter on their journey. And this is the first step in the Fool's Journey. Often the Major Arcana is referred to as the Fool's Journey. But yeah, and me personally, this is something that I definitely struggle with. Raise your hands if you have anxiety, or comment down in a little comment box. So this is something that pops up for me a lot, is just kind of letting go and trust the process. But of course, with some intelligence, because this card doesn't usually pop up by itself. There's usually something else that accompanies it. And then other times when I'm doing a reading for somebody, this card will pop up and it will tell me, stop, proceed no further, because there is something happening that Spirit does not want me to tell the querent about. So that is one of those deeper unknown things, or a case in which, this Spirit will show me this card to kind of tell me, like, don't tell them about that. And usually when I'm not supposed to tell someone about something, it's because the information that people act on the information that they receive. So it's almost like the story of, I can't remember the name of this like Greek story or tragedy, but the mother takes their son to see like an oracle and says, "Oh, your son will be like a great king and overthrow his father." And when the king hears about this, he's like, "Oh no, my son's gonna, kill me and overthrow me." And so he does all of these things to, avoid his son overthrowing him, and goes as far as, I think he sends his son to go like live with some random family, and then he like grows up and doesn't know that he's like the prince, and in some sort of like uprising or revenge thing, he ends up killing his father anyway and becoming the king. So it's one of those things where I feel like Spirit will sometimes show me this card to tell me, like, I shouldn't tell someone something because it could throw someone off of their course in life, of where they're going. It would affect the decisions that they make. Yeah, so that's some of the things that I get when I see this card. Other cards that also give me that, proceed no further with information. Sometimes that's the Moon or the High Priestess. Yeah, those are two other cards that I feel like Spirit will show me if I'm not meant to tell someone about something. But yes, that is a little deep dive into the Fool card. If you enjoyed me rambling aimlessly about this card for about 15 minutes straight, and you're curious about having a reading from me, I just created a website so that people can book live readings with me. I also have an Etsy page if you don't have the time to have a live one-on-one session. But all of that will be in the link tree that is down in the description box. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And I look forward to rambling to you guys some more. Take care. Bye-bye.